Hello and welcome to the Backbenchers. My name's Riddy. I'm your host tonight, and we do have a late substitution. We do have Ashley on the line, and she's actually joining us from Australia, which is actually really nice. Hey, Ashley.
Hello, joining you live from Sydney Hotel. So happy to be here, blending in, getting my or-nors down. It's so fun.
um, we did have Gez planning to join us. He's just having some issues, but hopefully he will join us a little bit later. But we are here to talk season 4, episode 3. This is our second go. Apologies for the tech issues from last time, but we should be good to go. And I think we've got a really good episode to talk about. There were a we've learnt a lot about the game in this episode. We've got our first main shake-up. We learn about who's adapting to the game, and we also start to see some of the alliances tested, and also we sort of get our first glimpses of any fallout from votes against castmates that are still remaining in the game. Did you have any initial thoughts, Ashley?
I really liked this episode because for me, it started to see some of our key players really come to the sense of like, I'm going to try to play this way or that way, and we're getting some characters emerging, and I really think it's going to be a breakout episode for a few people.
Oh, totally, totally. And this episode's called Alpha Dog. That's me. We'll probably get to that a little bit later. Oh, look, we've already got a comment. Deli loves Ashley with her Aussie accent. I think you've been practicing it, Ashley.
I have. It's. I was talking to someone randomly today. I'm like, oh no, I'm Australian. I have to get back. At work's gonna be hard, but I do love my Aussie accent.
Oh no. And I've heard that a
Or
few
no.
times over the weekend recently. So, let's play a little bit more of that as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get straight into it. Um, Alrighty. Grasslands of Gloom. So we do head back there, and we actually get a little bit of we learn about the kangaroo poo. I think I was a little confused about the kangaroo poo last
I
time.
still am. I'm not gonna lie.
You still am? I reckon
Oh,
Jasmine
I'm.
was just trying to throw people off the scent. I don't know if it worked, but she did find a clue. Did you smell any kangaroo poo during your time?
No, I might have smelled something. It could have been a pond, or it could have been kangaroo poo, but it was not nice. So I'll pretend that's what the kangaroo poo was smelling. It wasn't good. So I get what Jasmine was doing and trying to like, no, no, don't look there. Go look over there. It's better.
Absolutely. And so we learn about this first advantage. So she does find an advantage. It's a double vote legacy advantage, and it has to be played before final 9. But I reckon the most interesting part of this advantage is it has to be bequeathed. So if you do exit the game, you do need to pass it on. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out and what the implications are of that.
In my head, I'm like, okay, Jasmine first boot gets it and finds it, but I don't know who everyone voted for against her, and
Mm,
she doesn't know like so who did she give it to? Someone random on the red team? Just someone who she thought might be good, or does she try to I don't know, like if she doesn't get back in the game, that'll be an interesting pick on who,
mm.
but if she does get in the game, if I were her, I'd go to give it someone red. Like if needing to be queef, I'd switch alliances. Sorry.
Or would you hand it to someone who has to battle back from the grasslands of gloom? Since I don't know,
Oh.
you might have a joint bonding
Ooh, that's a
experience as being the only people that have been voted out so far, and give
oh,
them an
that's a good
advantage to go
option
back into
too.
the game.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. Maybe. I guess it's probably the right move, but I don't know. I kind of like a goofy move of being like, let's just throw a random one in, put a spanner in the works into the game. I don't know.
Totally, totally. And so we do have two people joining us. We did have the double elimination from last episode. We had um, Haley joining, um, and let's just say Haley probably wasn't too happy about being there.
No, and honestly, I wouldn't be either. I think
No.
Haley leaves thinking she was in a very good spot. She's like, I have people, and we hear her going, "Well, I hope Delhi voted to keep me." The flashback of saying, No, I actually did not. Like, I love the read receipts being like, well, that did not happen. No, no, no. It's fun, but I think Haley's in there for vengeance. Like, Haley's gonna try to win and like kick butt because she wants to be like, who wrote my name down? Yeah, yeah,
Hello, crashing the party. Do you guys hear
yeah.
me?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Apologies, everyone. I'm so sorry for the interruption. Oh,
Oh,
epic.
Welcome
it
in.
is it is good to have you join us in
Thanks,
person.
Rudy. Hi,
Well,
Ashley.
we're just talking about the grasslands of gloom,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Ashley was talking about well, I got this in my notes as well, but the great edit where Haley's like, "I really hope it was Delhi that voted with me," and then we pan out to Delhi, who's voted for. No, she just wanted to keep, tribe strong and hope
Yeah,
she's on the right side of the votes.
yeah,
But that was a
yeah.
beautiful piece of work by Dan,
Yeah,
the editor.
I had a good giggle with that. Have you guys already talked about Poogate? Have we gone over that?
A little, a
Yeah,
little,
because
but
we
we
We'd love
finally
to
can.
hear
had
about
the
you.
explanation. Yeah, we finally had the explanation of what Jasmine was thinking. Because I think Ashley, you were on the last pod where you were like, "Okay, let's just talk about the kangaroo poo," and then she was using it as a tool to throw people off, which I was like, okay, I get it. She was like, "Oh, maybe the clue is like animal related." I wasn't too sure where in the timeline if she already had the clue because I know she found it at the start of the episode. But I was like, okay, I pay that. She was just trying to kind of veer people off in some weird tangent where they wouldn't find the clue.
So we did have Haley coming back from her tribal. She's obviously a little pissed. I think she used a swear word there, maybe,
Understatement.
perhaps. I don't think she likes red anymore. I think the terms were F red, perhaps. Perhaps, I don't know.
I mean,
It was fuck red. Yep.
I'm a bit more of a prude. I can't swear here.
oh, we
Dan
got
said
you.
go for it.
But we did have Simon come back as well. So that's two returnees, two for the price of two in one.
And all of season two,
Organization.
right? In
All of
one
That
season
hit.
two.
that is true.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
it was interesting. Simon wasn't as like not upset, but like fiery, but coming to gloom. Like I think he said, "Wow, I just didn't see it coming." And I don't know if like if he came back, he'd go with the blue and just be like, "Well, you got me," or does he switch sides as well?
yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how the relationship between Simon and Jasmine plays out because he kind of threw her under the bus, I think, in that first vote. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this battle back.
True.
Do
Part
you,
of me was also thinking that maybe he had sunk a little bit too much energy into assessing Jasmine because then he reflected on that he didn't really see things. He didn't see the vote coming. Like it was a bit of a surprise to him. So I'm wondering if, because I wanted, I wanted to see Simon do really well, but I'm just not too sure how that will pan out for him.
yeah.
Al- Alrighty, let's
I
let's leave the Oh, what were you going to say, Ashley?
was gonna say I think Simon might have some thinking to do, and maybe he'll try to if Jasmine goes back and be like, or try to work back with, be like, I didn't try to vote you out. It wasn't me. What do you mean?
Mm,
Who knows?
I
Right.
guess we'll see that out very very soon. Shall we move out to I guess the fallout from the post-trial from Gula? So we see the implications of, I think, with Nat getting a couple of votes. So we have Ben and Will
Mm.
voting for Nat, and we also
Ooh,
learn why Anthea didn't join in on that Nat vote. Um, but firstly, going back to Ben and Will, and them having to deal with the fallout of having someone they voted for still in the tribe. Who do you think was able to play it better in terms of explaining their vote for Nat?
I've got this one.
Go,
Will
Ashley.
for sure. Will. My favorite line is Will is
I
like
agree.
sometimes just being honest is all right, and I'm like, okay, you whatever, sure, Jan. No, but he's like, I just told her, yeah, it was me. I did it for this, and like, I think Nat. like that better than just being like, well, yeah, I did it. I think Will having that really earnest and honest conversation with Nat did maybe show like, hey, like I was told this. I regretted it
Hmm.
right away. I didn't want to do it, and I'm happy I switched back on that vote and voted out on that tie. Like, so I think him being very earnest and honest might help him here and do dividends.
I think he also, the fact that he was looking to target Simon anyway, right? I think part of that reason was why he was so comfortable to just come clean with Nat, because he got a benefit out of that anyway. I mean, that Nat vote was all very last minute, right?
Yeah, it was within like the last 5 minutes, I think, before they
Mm.
had to go to tribal. So there wasn't enough time. I know a lot of people need to process that vote. And if it's getting flung at you like a chaos monkey, like you might
Yeah,
not be able to do it. But so I think he was able to say, like, I just didn't have enough time and I did it and I regret it. So
Mm.
yeah.
whereas Ben, I think, is like, yeah, I did it. That's fine. No
And that
regrets.
that that definitely even uh, came out from Anthea trying to explain when she was going to vote. She's like,
Yes.
I know we agreed, but did we agree? It, does that agreement actually hold? And then she talks about when Will comes back, putting his thumbs up, going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I voted for him." And Anthea's a bit confused, going, "Oh,
It's
okay,
just like,
all right, that
She's
that
like, when
didn't
did
quite
we
count."
decide? When did we agree? I didn't get the
when was
agreement.
this locked in?
I never signed off on that agreement form. Like we just had the meeting. I never said yes.
Yeah, I think it was also compounded by the fact Natalie said that she thought she was working with Ben and Simon, and it was kind of an oops moment for her. I actually think she handled that pretty well. She didn't go in there all guns blazing. She didn't kind of unleash her wrath or her fury upon the tribe. But it still, I think she had that underneath her skin, kind of going, I thought I was working with these people, and then my name was thrown out.
We've got some
Now,
intel here from Will on the line. I
Oh,
told Derek and Anthea I wasn't going to do it, and then I did. Oops.
I can hear him saying that. That's the funniest part. Oops. Oh no. Did I do that? Or nor.
Arr.
Or nor indeed. I I mean, I think that's that last minute decision though where you're like, "Oh, I changed my mind." But you have every right to do that. Sometimes that
Hmm.
last minute change can flip your game around. You never know.
Mhm.
Totally. And we know how fluid these games are and how quickly they move. So, where things might land 1 second might be completely different in the next 5 or 6 seconds. Like it moves that quickly, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, I mean, you got to do what's right for your number one, which is you. So, if you have to switch your vote to where you think it's right, I guess we can't be
Mm,
too mad at a big whoops.
no,
No
no.
way.
I want to touch on the start of a Derek Mushy alliance as well. So there's a bit of, sharing of information there. I do find it quite interesting that Mushy doesn't quite get her intel right in terms of who she thinks put the three votes on her. So she's got Anthea right, she's got Simon right, but she's really honed in on Rose and thinking that Rose has put the vote on her. Rose has voted for Simon. So where's she gone wrong there, or where has she put her trust to realize that she thinks
Yeah.
Rose has got her in her sights?
Well, I thought that fledgling alliance, if you will, was
Mm,
going to yield some results there. I think having the pressure of returning players, I think, has maybe clouded Mushi's judgment, because she's really focusing on. She's like, oh
she
well, it's a
has.
returnee alliance, right?
Yeah.
Like she's almost saying it like it's fact, and I can understand why she would come to that conclusion. I completely get it. You're in a stressed environment, and it would, it makes sense. So I think maybe that's what's clouding her judgment. I don't know.
And I feel like maybe you can hear one conversation and completely twist your brain's like thinking, be like, oh, they're not working with me because they said this way or looked at me that way. So maybe she just thinks, oh, Rose
Mm,
voted for me. That's weird. That's suspicious. But I think Derek is there to come and be like, nor, 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 nor. This is what
Mm.
happened. Let me tell you. I was trying to hone you in on this, and I wanted to make sure you were safe, and I made sure you were safe by having a tie vote and making sure the votes didn't go on you.
Oh, we have a little bit more tea in the comments, if I can read from Derek.
Yeah, go for it, Gaz.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that.
Okay, yeah, spicy. He says that's why when Will told me he wasn't going to that, I went to Mushy and told her to vote for Simon, leading to the trust conversation at the start of the episode.
Inside tea. Ooh, juicy.
And it'll be nice to see how that plays out because you can see that trust building, like that.
Oh,
Mhm.
I feel like that was locked in.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time we see Mushy in a conversation feeling like she's a part of it and like wanting to really like
Agree.
hone in and like do the work. Whereas like other times she's like, yeah, sure, maybe, yeah. But this one I feel like it's a collaborative conversation. So this is a duo had my eyes on since before the season. I just had a feeling, so my fanfic is working. Yay.
Yeah, but I think we called it in our breakdown. I know, Riddy, you weren't there, but Ashley, we called them as we were like, what's the shipping name for these guys?
Yeah, and I still haven't worked that out yet.
No.
If anyone
Yeah, sound off
has.
in the comments, please. Because I'm here for it.
So
Truly.
a couple of things I'll just highlight. We start to see the first of Ben's fake idol. He starts to pull that together in this episode. It's always nice seeing a fake idol. You might not want to be around it when it's being played, but it's not it's nice spicy tea to add to the game.
Me as a viewer going, keep going, do more, please, please. I love chaos. That's the reason why I drafted Ben in my draft because I love a little chaos. I love a little goofy. I love a little like I don't know. I think we've seen uh an idol be used to keep you safe and it's real. If it's fake, might as well try to do the same thing. It can advance you.
And
So
his
I'm in for
confidence
it.
as well. It's unparalleled. Ben he's unapologetic. He's in there. He's doing his thing. And he's like, yeah, this is completely going to work. Like, he believes it. And I think part of Survivor is that just that ability. And I'm paying him a compliment here. That ability to just, like choose a lane, stick with it, and go with it and sell the shit out of it.
That's something he'll do. He loves a bit, and a bit is going to be his bit. He's going to keep doing it. He's going to stick in the lane, and if it burns out on him, that's fine. He did it his way, and he'll never go against that.
I think he also does say, I think it's in this section. He goes, I'm pretty confident. I know what's going to go on, and I'm not at risk at the next vote. So anyway,
Did anyone
confidence.
else's ears perk at that line? Because it made my ear perk the first time I heard it. I went, "Now wait a damn minute, Dan, I see you in that editing booth. What's going on?" I was like, "Oh no, I do not like this. I do not like it one bit." Because I heard Haley say that the last episode, basically, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a red flag in my book, guys." So, oof, oof. I was like, "No, never say that, never."
We also see Anthea's, she finds a clue at the well for a clue at Tree Mail.
Yes.
So I think this is must be the same clue that's on the Buru side that Nat's got. And obviously they do need to decipher. It sounds like a very complicated puzzle of some description to
Oh, you
figure out.
mean Maddie, sorry?
Yeah, Maddie, not Nat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maddie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where we get numbers, alphabets, and a soup, right?
I think the only word I got out of it was when Anthea put together a choir.
Yes.
I just remember hearing Maddie go A, B, possibly Z. Here's there, and I was like, "Huh? I need to see this visual, my dudes, because I don't know what you're
I know.
doing."
Yeah.
It's a
Well, I
tough
think
one.
in this situation, if I was ever to do one of these, I'm just going to be completely honest. I think I would be Maddie. The line where she says, "My brain's just not functioning." I'm like, yeah, I can relate. That would absolutely be me.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Well, I'm just gonna go give this to my ally, and they can do the work. I guess that's my move." Who wants
Teamwork,
to?
please.
Please, we can share this 50-50 custody, please.
That means you've got a ride or die then in the game, or you need one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess
exactly.
you do need one, don't you?
I like it ride or die. That's my ways. But I mean, that
Well, I
might be
don't
what
think the
I
clue
do.
said you couldn't share the information. I don't think that was in there, right?
Oh no.
I don't think so, nor.
No.
Should we move over to Buru? I've got my Buru buff on.
Ooh.
So the
Back at
post
Buru.
the fallout from the Buru vote. So obviously most of the votes were for Haley, but Maddie did get a couple of votes, and she is trying to
Yeah.
suss out who that second vote is. Um, and I don't think she quite works it out. She's trying to play it cool. She's like,
No.
I don't want to push too hard here.
So can I just jump in there? I think I don't want to hark back to Mushy, but in terms of looking at their reaction to the votes, I think I think Maddie got it off her chest, and she's like, I really want to know, but then if I harp on about it too long, it's going to draw even more attention. So I was quite
Mm,
proud of her in that moment
yeah.
for just having some self-awareness to go, oh, this makes me uncomfortable, but I need to focus.
Well, the first time you get a vote or two votes, or you start to your brain goes like, oh shoot, what did I do wrong? What's this? Why? You get paranoid, and I think the only way to not get paranoid and go in a spiral is like just simply like, I didn't go or harm. I'm here. We're fine. We've got to just take a breath, take the coffee away from me, and let's go.
Yeah.
Here's some more tea from Delhi, where she's admitted they put the blame on me for the vote, and I had no idea people did that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's rude,
Wow.
Delhi.
Didn't come back to
It's
you at
rude of
all.
them.
Ooh,
sorry, Delhi.
Aston. Oh gosh.
It's where it all
Oopsie.
comes
Ooh.
out when it's on film and it makes the edit.
Oh no.
But the other interesting thing, obviously, Maddie's trying to sort of figure out who the votes are on her, but she does play the fake idol at the last tribal council, and that does draw some attention from some of the tribe mates. So I think Delhi does actually point that out, going, "Oh, she's played a fake idol. That means she doesn't trust her." So that might be a fracture in the group that I can use later on, which I liked that little nugget.
Well, I kind of picked that. Delhi was my top pick, and I said that she would have. She kind of gave off that she has this quiet confidence about her, and I think that she's really analyzing from the word go. So
Mm,
you also saw her kind of looking at Jordan and analyzing him a little bit. That he's really reacting emotionally to what's going on around him. Obviously observing Maddie playing the idol, but she's like, oh, that's something I can see as a crack and I want to exploit that. We're yet to see that yet, but you can
yeah.
just see her kind of filing all of those things away. And I love that about her.
I agree. A silent like note taker, but like looking at everything, seeing everything, and like I'll bring my receipts when I need to. Like that's what I see her as.
We'll come back to Jordan's emotional comment in a little bit. um, no, Jordan, you just play the game with the heart on your sleeve, as you said in episode 1.
And that's honorable. That's honorable.
Detective
Absolutely.
Deli on the case, as Dan said in the preview. Yep, yep, yeah. Just give it. She just needs a
Yes,
little magnifying glass, not subtle at all.
surely.
But we do have I think Mars and Aston also have remarked about the playing of the fake idol. So I think that might come to come to the fore a little bit later in the game, and maybe Maddie's on people's radars as potentially the next target. And I think Aston does actually say, I think in one of his confessionals, that he's keen to keep the tribe strong and cohesive, and if she needs to go, she needs to go. So
Yeah,
it'll
and
be
he
Hmm.
said
interesting to see how
Aston
that
said
plays
that
out.
at that point in time that Mars is his number one ally, right?
Mm,
And then he trusts Janine as well. We probably haven't seen as much of their combos in the edits and stuff, but I'm excited to see that build as well.
absolutely. Now there were a couple of both tribes received a tree mail as well, and they had to nominate a tribe leader. I think we saw the end of that at the last episode, and I think we sort of commented, Ashley, that would you want to be in charge of being the tribe leader? Because I suspect there's a tribe swap coming, and we had a couple of people put their names forward. Is that something
Hmm.
you'd want to be in charge of? Yeah,
Me personally, no, but I do like how our friends here handled it. I think they handled it very well, and I'd like to comment on some of it when once you guys get your takes in.
Well, I was quite. I liked how Derek said when Ben said that he was. Yeah, no, sorry, Will. When Will was going to go pick the tribes, and Derek's like, "Yeah, you go for it, buddy. You go for it.
you
you
go,
you go
You
get that
go,
target on
you
your back, and
go,
I'll
you
just
get
watch
it.
back, and I'll just eat nicely." Like,
Mm. Will do the right thing for me and you. That's
yeah,
what Derek
yeah,
just said there. He's like, do the right things.
and
No,
Jordan
I
right,
also says it nicely that it's his way of showing him being a team player and tribe strong, and he
yes,
puts
see.
himself forward.
However, I think Will and Jordan definitely have two different strategic thoughts in that way. Because Jordan's like, oh, this is for the team. This is I'm gonna help make sure it's good. Whereas Will said, if we're picking teams, I want to be the one starting picking the team and making sure I get who I want. So that's why I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I see you, Will. I see you. I see what you're doing. You're not subtle in the
Yeah.
edit.
Jordan comments, no one seemed to want it, and I was willing to risk it for the tribe. And I believe that I said in the pick as well that Jordan will be that person who
Yeah,
will be like, the hype machine. And so I wasn't surprised when he put himself forward. Very noble.
Hmm. Absolutely. And I think it puts you in a good spot. Yes, you come off as a team player, but you also get to say, this is someone who I enjoy working with or I think is gonna be good. That's why I'll do it. But regrets are great. That's what we
Yeah.
gotta have them in retrospect.
hindsight's always 2020. So,
There we go.
alrighty. I mean, this is probably the first big shake-up of the game. We get the tribe swap. Um, both
Mm,
Jordan and Will start by picking a player from the other tribe to join them, and then it consequentially or sequentially goes down the line in terms of forming the tribe. So let's do a quick recap where
yeah.
we have from the new Buru tribe, we have
Mhm,
existing Burus. There were four existing Burus: Jordan, Aston, Bree, and Janine. And joining them from existing Gula is Ben, Rose, and Mushy. So three, let's just call them X Blue, and four original Red. So
mhm,
that's the new Buru tribe. Now, on the new Gula tribe, we have from original Gula, we've got Will, Natalie, Anthea, and Derek. And joining them is Delhi, Mars, and Mark. So starting with that new blue tribe, the new Gula tribe, any thoughts on who fared the best from that tribe? So obviously, we've got new Gula, there's four blue, three red. Um, probably you're probably faring a little bit better if you're from the original blue. You're in
Mhm.
yeah.
you're in the numbers from your old tribe. So who probably fares better from that swap? Noting that you've probably got some alliances that may have gone to the other side.
See, I think you see that like the core four, the Derek, Anthea, Will, and Ben, they're getting split up, but they have that kind of
Yeah.
middle three then there that's still
They've got the
good.
three still. Yep.
And then they have Nat, who Will has just voted against, so there's a chance
Yep.
that that might not be good. Nat could just switch and go to the Reds. But we also have that core group of Blue who could pick up. I could see Mars being very happy to switch and flip. I could see, Delhi coming over and being like, I'm happy to work with you guys. I don't need Mark or Mars. Like, I could see them being happy to be flipping. I don't think they're going to be color strong if they don't need
Yep.
if it arises, they will do what they need to do.
Do you think
Mm.
it's fair to say that out of the three Reds coming over, Adele, Mars, and Mark, they didn't like out of those three, like they didn't have a super strong connection in Old Buru?
Hmm.
I'd say that's fair to say because I,
Yeah,
I can't see there's probably a strong alliance between either of those three in any of the groups that we've seen so far. Haven't seen too much of sort of Mark and his alliances, but I felt like Della was probably stronger with Jordan, Bree in some of their
yes.
chats. Mars is obviously a bit stronger with Aston, so that's probably a split in terms of a potentially a
And
Corgiro.
Adele's just saying, throwing Mars's name out there, recovering, and then being moved to the opposite tribe with him. Hello.
But I mean, that could be good for Deli to be like, I just threw his name to these four, and like, here's an
That's
easy name. We
true.
could try to get him again, or vice versa. Where I mean, they can kind of play around with like either side, or they
Ooh,
can
Ashley, that's spicy for her to throw Mars out there. Wow.
just be like,
Okay.
I did
Yeah.
it once, let's do it again. I don't know. Or like,
Oh.
my hands are already a little bloody. Like, let's just keep them going. I don't know. Like, sorry,
Out
That's
Mars.
and
red.
Spot out. But yeah, it'll be interesting
Yeah,
to see how that all plays out. I mean, and the good thing is, for the old Buru, the three ex-Reds, is
Mm,
they would have all voted together on that Haley vote. So in terms of
yeah.
yeah.
drawing a line in the
And
sand,
yeah.
they're at least still on the same page, so to speak. So
Well, and I think it's so early still in the game. It's only round.
hmm
It'll be round four, where or this is round three. So really,
yeah,
like those two rounds, yes, you make connections, but you're not locked in. You didn't have to like
no.
shake a hand, write a final two, give your like your insurance information to everyone. Like you can shake it up. You can still go on dates. You can find a new alliance.
Yeah, I mean, Aston lost Mars. He was calling him out as his number one, loses Mars. But then he picks Rose, which I was so excited to see that. And Rose was even like, I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. So I feel like Aston's probably sitting pretty at this point in time, with how it's worked out. I feel like out of both swaps, I feel like he may have. I think he's probably done quite well.
Well, let's go to the other tribes. We've got the new Buru tribe. So we've got Jordan, Aston, Bree, and Janine, who are the ex-Reds, and they've been joined by Ben, Rose, and Mushy. Now that is definitely an interesting three to join
I-
from Old Bula, Old Gula, not
Gula
Bula.
gula gula. What the gula three there that you we get that they're just the most three disconnected out of them each other. Like they were connected with
Mm,
other people, but
mm,
together, truly they they might have voted together, but it wasn't with them. It was just because it happened to
No,
be voting the same. So I don't
I
know. Or
think
I'm nervous about that grouping.
yeah, you saw Ben kind of freaking out a bit, like all of my connections are on the other tribe, and he's already caused some trouble with the Nat vote. So I think his neck's out a little bit, and that could be something that the others could definitely kind of share.
it's been interesting to hear. Like I think in terms of the narrative from the old Buru tribe, they're always talking about, or we've heard quite a few of them talk about making sure that they're cohesive and they're all voting together as a tribe. And I feel like it's almost the complete opposite in terms of the three ex-Blue that have joined them into this new Boro tribe.
I mean, they've tied. And just you wait, it's gonna happen again. Like
Yeah.
they love to not know what they're doing. So like, it's just I mean maybe it's like the Ben chaos coming with just how
Mm.
it goes. But like I
Mm.
don't know this tribe I just sat me. I'm like oh no, it's not good. I just had bad vibes. Bad vibes are not coming.
Jordan pointing out, I chose Ben and then he voted for me. We'll get to that.
Much to come
Oh.
of that one.
But
Very
as you
much.
say, Ashley, that's probably why I really like a game design from a design perspective, why you have a tribe swap so early on, because as you say, no one's locked in. So you still got so many options still, particularly if you haven't
Mm,
drawn lines in the sand, you haven't, made really, you know, ride or die alliances necessarily because you haven't had the time to. So and that
mm.
plays out in, really fun gameplay to watch.
I think so. I think so. It'll be very fluid with that way. So I don't know. I think but from the red side, how locked in is there anyone that we think that would de facto to blue? Like is there anyone that would be like, oh nar, sorry, red. Let me flip to get to the four side.
I wouldn't even, because like Janine seems pretty locked in with Aston. I think Bree and Jordan were having good conversations with Aston as
Yeah.
well. So
So yeah.
I'm not concerned that. I mean, look, famous last words, but I'm not concerned that they will split. I think they seem fairly comfy with each other.
Mhm.
Or it's too early on Like I think
Plus that.
when you're going into a vote where you've got 4 old blue and no 4 old red, 3 blue. I mean, the easy thing to do is just to go with those broad numbers, and they've probably got the wrong ex-schooler members to try and help them flip. Although we do see a little bit of chaos, so we'll come back to that.
Almost.
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 Almost. Well, shall we move on to the challenge? We'll go through the challenge quickly.
Oh, we
So
just need to quickly mention
yeah.
Maddie went to exile.
Maddie.
Or
Yeah.
yes, or
Can't forget
yes.
Maddie because she's already having a rough time with her puzzles, and then she's the freaking last pick, and she's like, "Well, just
I'll have a break from puzzles for a
screw my
second,
game."
right? I'll just go have a nap in exile.
Yeah,
Or
and then
nor.
where she gets another puzzle, we'll get to that later. But yeah,
Actually,
so
let's talk about that now. Let's talk about that now. So she does have to go to
I really
exile
feel for her in
because
this situation. Okay.
the puzzle, and admittedly, I love my puzzles. So as soon as that came on the episode, I think actually no, the episode kept playing, and
Pause.
I took a photo, and then I tried to solve the puzzle myself. So
And how did you go, Riddy?
um, I think I got it within the time, but I actually thought it was actually quite hard. And I reckon it would be really hard to do in the pressure of the game within the time limit when you see the hourglass and the sand moving through it. I reckon that I would panic.
And
And
she was throwing everything at the wall, including the kitchen sink, in terms of combinations or methods. She didn't stall. Like she literally was trying to fire all systems go,
And for
and
those
not
who
getting
didn't
it.
play along or see it, I did ask the creator of the show, Dan Moore, about the letters being used as a good strategy, and he said letters meant nothing to this strategy. So that was just kind of a wild vibe.
How about you, Ashley? Did you look at the puzzle and try and have a crack?
Nor I was in Sydney waiting to go have Thai food, so I said I can't even be bothered. I've got to keep watching the episode.
I've got Thai food coming.
So I maybe will go back and give her a go and try to. I'll recap and see if I would have lost or won. I'll probably
Yeah.
lose, but
Yeah,
you
look,
know.
I'm putting it out there. I'll be honest. I sat there for a good 5 minutes just trying to pick my brain, and yeah, it was not successful. So I felt for Maddie in that moment.
so we don't think
Truly.
she gets it.
I mean, she does do some maths with her kids, but we'll see if the maths come in or not.
She said she wasn't confident with what she got, but she said she got something. So look, I'm going to give it maybe a 60-40 split that maybe she didn't get it, but there's a 40% chance she did.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she got an answer down, and that's what they told me in school, is at least put an answer down and show you tried.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
The answer's always C, or at least in this case, a 5-digit code. So let's see if she gets there.
And if it's
Safety
5,
doesn't
we're
come
right.
easy, says Dan. You got to work for it. You got to work for that
work.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Alrighty.
yeah.
So we'll see if Maddie gets a free shot at Desperation Station in the next episode. But moving on to the challenge, we've got our new tribes now, and we've got the challenge where they need to move the balls on a wooden plate, moving it a few meters, 1 ball and then 2 balls and then 3.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty one-sided affair, I would say.
I think we had different approaches on the first part. It's kind of like that old story we heard about the rabbit and the hare, where the one was like, we're just gonna haul it down, and the other one said, we gotta take our little sweet time. Spoiler, the book wasn't right in this one.
Can I just have a shout out though to Bree and Mushy? I'm not sure if it was Bree's idea or Mushy's idea when they were like, what we're doing is clearly not happening right now. We're just gonna like gravity the crap out of this, and they're just like, and they just like zipped it across. I was like
desperate times.
It sounded like they were trapping the balls in the rope by crossing the rope and holding the ball in the hole, and that obviously worked for one because they darted across like they were sprinting, like you saying, bolt across, and the ball didn't move. So they caught up pretty quickly on that first ball, and then
express pass, right?
Yeah, they skipped the line in Disney. They said, we're going right to it. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because we had Superman Mark with a bow and arrow, or not a bow and arrow, but a slingshot, just like quick and fast.
We
It
have
didn't
got
matter.
there's some more tea here where Aston says I tried so hard to convince Jordan to throw. It ends up not mattering.
Yeah, they
Or
literally pick up the challenge and then that's it. But that's interesting.
why?
I guess they had plenty of time to chat when they were doing it. Well,
Oh, because they have the numbers 4 to 3, and they want to save their
Yeah.
3 on the other side. Oh, okay, I see you, Aston. I see your
Wow.
working brain.
yeah, and I guess there'll be some more things to chat about with that because I think the fake idol comes into play. But I can see that makes a lot of sense from the discussions that were had later on. So, okay, that's going to lead into our topic later on. I like that.
Yeah. And I must admit, I have tried this challenge and I found it impossible with one ball.
I was going to ask, that's great that you've done that. Okay, so for me, what I think I saw going wrong is it the tension in terms of, because you can't predict how much the other person is going to be lifting or pulling, right?
That's
when it's
true.
coming off
Yep.
the ground. So do you see that as being the problem there, that the two people really have to be in sync?
You
Yeah,
have to,
pretty
like,
much.
pull at the same velocity. Yeah.
And the holes that the balls were sitting in were quite small, so it didn't actually take
Okay.
a lot for them to move. So even going super slowly, the person I was trying it with, we obviously did not. I'm much lower to the ground. Let's be fair, and
You and me in this challenge, actually, me and the two of you in this challenge, it would just
Oh,
be a no.
it'd be. Let's just say Reddy and I would be great partners in this
yeah,
challenge.
Like,
yeah.
guys, go for it.
Um, and also shout out to Mark who. He must have been playing with a slingshot when he was younger because he did not miss those tiles.
Mark was
Wonder-
the hero of this challenge. Oh my gosh. Because how many times have we seen a tribe that's ahead and it comes down to the final task, puzzles or aiming at something or whatever it is? And even though you're ahead, you're like, okay, quietly confident. But it's so easy to lose that confidence the minute
Oh,
if you
yeah.
miss one. And that can just like implode on the spot. And our man Mark, he just held it together.
It must be his training for undercover stuff. He said, I gotta take out a window if I need to. Let me just learn how to use the slingshot. I don't know. Like, I don't know what he does with his job, but I'm just gonna pretend that's what it is.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Janine on the
Janine.
chat's just confirmed it was
Yeah.
a bloody hard
Bloody
challenge, and I have to agree. But you know,
Y'all made it look easier than what it was. So I mean, good on you guys for getting like to that point to make it get past it and get to try to get a point to catch up.
Yeah.
But Mark is just too quick. He's Legolas.
Yeah,
too
there
quick.
was no hope.
Nor hope at all. Unfortunate for New Red, that they, but maybe not. I don't know. Aston wanted this to happen, so thanks, Aston.
Maybe this is all part of the plan. We don't know. Although I think
Who
Janine and Rose were
knows?
the second ones in terms of the two balls, and I don't even did. Oh no, Aston and Jordan didn't have a crack at the end, but
Not at all. No.
no, they didn't.
Janine and Rose
They had the
were
two balls.
able to have a go. And then it was Mars and Will that crossed the line. But by the time I think they were just picking up the apparatus,
When it
Jordan and Aston, and then it was game over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had New Gula win tribal immunity. So we have New Buru going to tribal council. So on to the Jordan's confirmed he didn't get a go. Oh,
Nor. Sad.
darn. So we've got New Buru.
Yes.
Strat chat happens pretty much straight away. We've got what, 4 existing red, 3 blue. And it's probably fair to say that we've got the old Gula, the 3. We've got Rose, Van, Mushy. They're on the back foot from the get-go.
Yeah.
But this is when we do actually, when they go back to camp, this is where we get Jordan. And what does he say?
I can't cope. No,
yeah.
nope, not that.
He said that he was thinking, we've got a little tidbit here. This is going to give it away.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Jordan.
He's going to fade and fly under the radar. But I like his attitude. He said, he likes a new tribe. It keeps it fresh. He's like, we've already had like this many twists. Let's keep going.
Might as well. Truly. I think the strat chat gave me one of the more interesting, fun conversations where they're talking to Machine Rose, the Few of the Red, and like, yeah, would you be willing to vote out, like Ben? She's like, yeah, I'll vote out a blue. I don't care. I'll vote a blue. Not Ben, but I'll
Yeah.
vote out a blue. And Rose is like, now wait a second.
Wait a minute.
I'm old blue. What do you mean? So then that becomes like a little tension more there than that already was there because Mushy is not vibing with Rose because she
Yeah.
thinks she voted for her, but when
Oh, wait. I'm just thinking, do you think that was shade on Mushy's behalf to Rose? Like, she's just kind of like, because she's mad at this point in time. She's already said to Derek that she's like, previously that she's like, yep, we're not on the same page.
it could be because maybe, but without saying it, but maybe be like, well, if someone, not me, her goes, that's fine. Who
Because
knows?
it was not subtle, as Rose pointed out after
it
when she
wasn't.
walked away. No, it was like right there.
I feel like
Ooh.
it's that the Spider-Man meme where just the three of them are just all pointing at each other, going, "No, you." I feel like that's the case here, but because even Ben throws Mushy's name out there when I think Ben's chatting to Bree and Aston. So
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Mushy's
he
name
says
does
either
come up.
Mushy or Rose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's, I mean, at that point though, when you're talking to a red, who are you gonna say? Oh, let's vote out a Bree, a red. Let's vote.
yeah,
No, you have to give a
you're not.
blue to them. I think at
That
that
is
point,
true.
like there's no great option for the blue at this point,
No.
unless they get a red coming saying, "Hey, I don't like this other red. Let's do that." There's no way that you pitch a red to a red. Like, I guess I have to understand blue here, former blue,
Yeah,
former
totally.
Ghoulers.
And even Rose is, she speaks about being wary of Ben as well.
And Aston
Hmm.
picks up on that too because he says off the bat that he's gunning for Ben because he talks about, paying him a compliment at the same time, saying that he's got excellent communication skills. He makes me feel at ease, and ultimately, that's what makes me want to get rid of him.
Mm,
See, I much like Aston, I get that too. I love Ben. Ben is charismatic. He's charming. He can speak
Oh
with
yeah,
you
the charisma,
so
right?
well. He has charisma down to the T. But like
Mhm.
Aston says, I know what charisma does in the game of Survivor. Charisma gets you far, and I want to be a charismatic one. I want to be having those people. So you know what's got to happen?
yeah,
Bye bye, my
yeah.
target's here.
Yeah,
And I think I'd also like to point out here where I think Bree and Aston also use that fracture that's in the ex-schooler. The Blues are obviously pointing at each other, but they're also sharing that information around to make sure that the fractures remain and that the Reds do try and stick together with their vote. Because I
yeah,
think Bree goes back and tells Mushy, no, 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 Ben's floated your name now. Hey, you should come work with us. We're a good option. This is a chance for second chances.
yeah.
A
It's a
good
new
move on
opportunity
Bree's
for you.
part.
But
Mm,
I
Bring
don't
in a
know if I
number.
saw Mushy buy into that.
I
It
feel
didn't
like
feel like she was like, yeah, let's do this.
mm,
I feel like Mushy takes 3 to 5 business days in a game sense, so like 2 or 3 minutes to really like buy into an idea, or she needs time to process it. Like that's,
Hmm.
I think she's like, yeah, okay, let me see if that aligns with my thinking, but I can't say that to you right now. So like, I feel like she's never like a yeah, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah,
Like,
she needs to think. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
so
But see, the risk there is that Rose and Janine, who are season one alum, um, are reconnecting, and they're like,
yeah,
yeah, we just need to bury whatever's in the past, come back together. And Janine is very clear, and she says that she wants to vote out an old Gula tribe person. So
yeah,
that's either Ben or Mushy.
yeah.
So
yeah.
um, I don't know if Mushy was picking up on that either, going, well, oh, the returnees, here we go, same thing's happening on this tribe as
Hmm.
well. Ugh.
Truly,
But
it's hard to know.
yeah, and I think Rose does not. She does feel comfortable at this vote because she knows my name hasn't come up, or I reckon it's a trusted information that's coming from Janine. to sort of put her at ease that we do think it's one of the ex Blue, but it's probably not me. Um,
And that's also another interesting thing that we also didn't talk about in the breakdown is now we have all of the season one returners on one tribe.
oh, that
So
is
even if
true.
there's a
Yes.
red blue alliance split, heck, they pull in Rose. They got season one plus red.
Yeah.
That they got majority. They got super majority. They
It's
can
like
do what they
Avengers
want.
Endgame. They're all together.
Yeah, they came back. They said, "Ooh, we're open."
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
Um,
another thing I just thought of.
and I did like that Bree does mention, keeping in mind that there might be an advantage or an idol at play, it could potentially come down to a 3-2-2 vote. And so, if you do need to split your vote, there's only four of them that have to split it 2-2. If the ex school are combined and were blue strong, they could potentially take control of the vote.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, she's
it's
a thinker.
it's a good call. Very good call to think of that.
So let's go to tribal. Oh, hang before we
Oh
do
yeah.
that, Aston said, "In my mind, Rose was never an option." I think that goes to your point, Ashley, that we've got
Yeah,
three
season
original
one,
season one.
the
Wow.
OG babies. They're not splitting up yet. They got business to do. They
That's
don't want these
right.
newbies. They don't want these newbies to beat them. Nor they've got to stick together for a little while. I reckon.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's move on to tribal council. So we've already spoken about all the dynamics. I think there's some clear themes coming through. We've got a reasonably cohesive red. They've got majority of numbers, and then there's a little bit of chaos of blue. So
And when you say a little bit of chaos, you mean there's a little bit of Ben. That's what you meant when you said that.
look, look,
Just a smidge.
just a
just,
just a snippet.
just a
You
little,
know, he
just a
had,
little Ben chaos.
and is this the first time we've seen some whispering at tribal in this season?
I think it's the first get up and whisper. I think we've seen like a few like, "I'll do this," but like
Yeah,
Yeah.
no Ben.
this is
I
a
love like
proper.
Bree. They're like Bree. What do you think? And Bree's like yes. So and then all of a sudden she's like yes. Well, where are you going? Where are you, what's going on? Like the confusion was just like she's like okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. What's going on?
Yeah, Ben
Um,
tried to whisper to Janine, I believe.
Yee.
Yeah. So I assume he's because I think he was talking about just he's got the numbers or something to do it, right?
It's like try to go on Jordan. I have the numbers. Just come with me. And I think he was hoping that like if he was confident about it, she might believe he has the numbers.
Mm,
And that's
Yeah.
before he pulls out his jewelry collection.
exactly. So do we think the whispering actually changed the vote at tribal
I-
council? It does sound like Rose does change her vote.
It sounds like they weren't planning to do Jordan.
Mm,
Then they were gonna do I don't know who, but sounds like it flipped to Jordan for the former Blues in that
yeah.
moment.
Yes, and Aston, who was like Ben Strong, like to vote for Ben, he voted for Mushy.
Oh,
So I feel like Aston, I don't know if he was shook. Aston sound off in the comments, but I feel like that was, it definitely affected his vote. So right before, okay, Aston, thank you for being so
Oh,
quick.
wow.
Right before Tribal, I swear Ben almost flips Jordan and Janine to vote out Mushy instead. Oh my
and that
gosh.
and that goes to Ben's 52 cards and magic trips 'cause he's trying to play. He almost had him.
Idol
He
freaked
he
him
had
out. Mm.
Yeah.
and Ben's so believable. And once you get talking to him, like you just want to trust him. Like you're like, oh, when you don't see
Yeah,
the chaotic Ben, you see like a super lovely Ben. That's
yeah,
like, oh, you're talking very good points. Why don't I do this?
yeah,
Aston said, nor, do not do that. No, please.
yeah. And keeping in mind, like, I'm watching from at home. I'm not out there feeling this pressure
Yeah.
straight off the bat. Oh look, yeah. Bree says I was 90% sure the idol was fake, and I believe her because she held her vote both times through, and kept it on Ben. So nerves of steel, Bree, love that.
I mean, I
Um,
did. I also loved Bree's little her little exclamation: idol, 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 real idol, fake idol, hate them, idol, hate them
And how do you really feel about idols? Tell me, please.
Oh,
But look,
Are you know,
it created a bit of chaos, didn't it? So,
it
it
almost
fooled
it got
Aston.
of what 3-3 3-3 what or no three
No,
three what
two,
was
two,
the
two, one. So
2-2-2-1?
I've got the
That's what
votes
it,
in
yeah.
front of me.
yeah.
So Janine and Aston voted for Mushy. Jordan and Bree voted for Ben. Rose and Ben voted for Jordan. And Mushy voted for Rose. Once again, Mushy.
Not in it.
Clouded. I feel like.
Oh, and it was so close. It had Mushy just hopped on, or they
Mm,
got her in on it.
Yeah.
Somehow they could have. It blows my mind that he was one conversation perhaps away
yeah,
from flipping that vote, which would have been holy on a 4-3 tribe
Yeah.
yeah,
near the minority. Holy, that would have been so iconic.
Well, because one
But
person's name who wasn't in the mix was Jordan, yet there he is in the
that's
tiebreaker at
right.
the end, shitting his pants, going, "Oh my gosh."
what happened?
Mm,
Who flipped? Where'd it go? Like,
mm.
dang. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's a
Jordan says in
scary
the
moment.
comments, "I was so stressed that I was close to going." Yeah, it caught me off guard too watching.
Wow. And Aston
Uh,
says they could have got us so good, but I trusted that Mushy wasn't voting for one of us. I wonder if
and
any of the ex Buru, you must have had an idea that one of your names was in the mix. Oh, Jordan, legit pulling himself. Oh.
and
Yeah,
do
I
you
felt for
think
him.
do we think original Red trusts Mushi's not voting one of them just because of that comment of, oh no, I'll happily vote a blue? Do you
Maybe,
think it's that
yeah.
conversation that makes him that confident?
I would say yes. I don't
Yeah.
think Wiki minces her words either. I will commend her on that. When she has a conversation, she's pretty direct. I know sometimes she can seem like she's not giving a lot, but I feel like when she lays down, the tea, like that's it.
Yeah. Very fair. Well, it worked. Good job, Bree, for putting that hard work, put
Yeah.
the boots on the ground to get her to flip her vote.
Oh yeah, Bree's saying
It
that she
saved
put in the
Jordan.
hard work with Mushy. Yeah, no, and we did see a bit of that, so that's a fair point.
Yeah, it's and just we all get the idol seeing it's fake. We all knew 90% of the cast sounds like they knew it was fake. They all knew their beads are missing off their water bottles somehow. Um,
Yeah.
and they realized that yeah, this probably isn't real.
Derek says Mushy is a graduate from the gaslighting school of Ashley Keenan.
And we
Ay,
are
ay,
taking
ay.
we're taking applications for the next
Yes,
class. So
please.
please,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
DMs are open, please.
All right, so we did have a tied vote again. So it's between Mushy, Ben, and Jordan. They all got 2 votes. And so on the revote, Mushy gets 1 vote from Janine. Jordan gets 1 vote from Rose. Rose explains why she didn't want the fallout of potentially going for a blue. And
Mm.
Ben gets the 2 votes from Bree and Aston, which sends him to the grasslands of gloom.
And when I tell you, my heart was the grasslands of gloom in that moment. We were not. I was so sad. I love Ben so much. So to see him like, yes, did I have a feeling it might happen based on that confessional earlier in the
Mm.
episode? Well, yes. But did it still hurt? Well, yes.
Yes.
Both things can still be true.
It's so true. But I mean, I think Ben is a player who's going to go and play and have fun. And if he gets out early, he's gonna go and play and try to get back in. Absolutely, he's gonna put
Yeah,
everything in. But like,
yeah.
he's just
Oh
such a
yeah.
guy who's like, I want the experience. I want to meet the people. I want to try to see if I can play. Like, and if it ends early, I had fun while doing it. So
Yeah,
I hope it's not done yet though, because Grasslands of Gloom is still there.
indeed. Now, one extra dynamic that's worth sort of talking to is with Ben going to the grasslands of gloom. Oh God, Maddie comes into this tribe. So Maddie comes into the tribe now, and so now we still
She
have
does.
We have more red. Of
4 ex Burus still And
She tips the
now,
balance, right? I mean, it was already tipped, but she's just reinforcing it.
indeed. So how do we think this will play out on this tribe?
Ah, does Maddie still feel that paranoia from the beginning of the episode as we go forward? Does she say, "Oh, two people voted for me, and they still could be on this tribe with me"?
Yeah.
Maybe I
Actually,
flip.
so unpacking that a little bit, because Jordan and Maddie, they bonded early on in the game, but then Jordan's reason for voting for Maddie was that he felt like she was being a bit pushy and dictating,
Mm,
how he should vote.
that's
So
true.
that worries me with Maddie coming back. Look, I mean, she's kind of, she's super charismatic as well. She brings a lot of energy, but it's harnessing and bringing that in. So if she can reconnect with Jordan and kind of repair that little bit of friction, she may not even notice that it's there, to be honest, because she
Mm.
didn't pick him out as the name as somebody who voted for her. Maybe she can win that back with Jordan. I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's. I think time heals wounds as well, and I mean, even if the 15 to 20 minutes probably that happened in this round or hour, whatever, they might
Hmm.
still heal those wounds. There's time. I
Yeah, a
believe
lot
in the
happened in that
magic.
time.
Yeah.
True.
And maybe Maddie would just be keen for some human interaction after having to deal with another puzzle again. So
Also, like when she came to travel, they're like, "You sit over there."
yeah.
Like
She
she was
said
left out
no.
again.
She's like,
The
I
computer said
need a
no.
bench. Give me my spot with my friends, please.
Yeah, the Maddie tribe. I'll join your tribe, Maddie.
Maddie, I'd sit with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'd have
We'll
a
all see.
hoot and a half.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Shall we see what's coming up in the next episode?
Yes.
please. I actually
So
haven't got a chance
keen.
to watch it since
Oh,
I've
here we
been
go. All
All
in the
right.
right, here we go.
motherland.
Let's see what's
Alrighty.
coming up. Oh, let me
Oh,
try again.
maybe.
Next time on Survivor Canberra, Mount Majura. After Ben was voted out of his tribe, tensions between Rose and Mushy reached boiling point.
I am now feeling a little bit annoyed because I voted and campaigned to keep Michi early on, and now she has written my name down.
Anthea thinks that she has cracked the code on her hidden immunity idol clue and is on the hunt. But will it go unnoticed by her tribe?
I trust Anthea, and I think we have a really good thing going on, but she has been sneaking off a lot, and it's been noticed. So I will be keeping an eye on Anthea as well.
And 3 players will be eliminated when Jasmine, Hayley, Simon, and Ben battle it out to see who will move on at the Grasslands of Gloom.
Oh, that's news to me. Can we balancing a thing on a it could be anyone or nor.
Yeah, I think it could be one. That's very potluck. Oh,
That's how you describe it. 100%. It just takes one flinch and you're gone.
Or even just a little breeze coming in and you're
or
done.
a fly flying onto your nose at the wrong moment.
Or you hear someone screaming something over the side, like singing, talking, being crazy, and you just look to your left and it goes with you. Like it could literally
Yeah.
be anything. Your environment's gonna be so crucial for how you do in this comp. Oh, I'm so excited.
Speaking of though, you've got those people who have already been there for some time to kind of process that they've been eliminated and they've got a challenge coming up ahead of them. But for somebody like Ben who's coming in hot, I hope he's able to kind of just be task orientated and be like, okay, yeah, let's just put a pin in that for a minute and let's focus on what's ahead of me. Yeah. Tricky.
Triple elimination. That's a lot.
Oh, that means we're gonna have to talk to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have some interviews in the coming week. So we're gonna hear a lot about game coming up on our podcast. So I'm excited to talk to them about their game, but I'm not excited to see them leave our episodic.
That is true.
Oh,
Yeah, we've
that's
had
me so sad.
little bits here and there, which has been really cool to have, like what's going on in the background. I mean, Poogate and all. So, I've been loving that.
Oh, yes,
And
truly.
then we'll have one person come back into the game. We still don't know how they're going to come back into the game either. So,
I'm so
God.
excited. This season I'm so pumped to see like what goes forward. They're so great. This cast is great, and I'm just so excited to see
It
it.
is.
And
It
to
is.
see Rose looking rather genuinely well, not upset, but kind of frustrated that the connection with Mushy just hasn't yielded, a cohesiveness between the two of them. And Rose is looking mad.
Furious, livid, one might say. And I love a fiery confetti. So let's bring
Mm.
it on. Let's get the let's go.
So I think the next episode drops on Friday at 8 p.m. Canberra time.
Mhm.
Check your local channels.
Make sure
Can't
everyone
wait
is
to see what.
subscribed.
Like and subscribe.
Comment
Please.
if you're having fun.
And the backbenchers will be back on Monday. We might have some special guests. I think we've got some guests we'll need to line up. But Ashley, Gez, it was an absolute pleasure doing this with
Mm.
both of you tonight.
Oh, likewise, really.
Oh, I'm so happy we could do this all from Australia this time.
Yeah, Ashley, what a
Yay.
treat. Ah, you're so
Yes,
gorgeous.
it's been so fun, and really excited that when in Australia I can talk about my favorite Australian TV show, Canberra and Survivor.
Yes.
Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Tune
All
in on
right.
Friday for the next episode. Otherwise, backbenchers will be back on Monday. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.